just feel His holy presence when there's Southern gospel music all around. Don't you just love that gospel music? Don't you just love that Southern sound? Can't you just feel His holy presence when there's Southern gospel music all around? When there's Southern gospel music all around.
I heard the story of the cross when I was but a child, but I let it lay, just pushed away for a long, long while, until one dark and stormy night the Spirit made His call. Then He gave me faith to believe, and I believed it all. Yes, I believe that Jesus' blood has washed away my sin, and I believe His Spirit keeps and guides me from within. Oh, I believe my soul is safe, and when I hear the call, I'll rise to live beyond the grave. Oh, I believe it all. Many things that Jesus said I can't quite understand, but I know He included me in His salvation plan. And I believe I'll go to Him when I receive the call to ever live on Zion's hill. I believe it all. Yes, I believe that Jesus' blood has washed away my sin, and I believe His Spirit keeps and guides me from within. Oh, I believe my soul is safe, and when I hear the call, I'll rise to live beyond the grave. Oh, I believe it all. Yes, I believe that Jesus' blood has washed away my sin, and I believe His Spirit keeps and guides me from within. Oh, I believe my soul is safe, and when I hear the call, I'll rise to live beyond the grave. Oh, I believe it all. Yes, I believe my soul is safe, and when I hear the call, I'll rise to live beyond the grave. Oh, I believe it all. Yes, I believe that Jesus' blood has washed away my sin, and I believe His Spirit keeps and guides me from within. Oh, I believe my soul is safe, and when I hear the call, I'll rise to live beyond the grave. Oh, I believe it all. Yes, I believe my soul is safe, and when I hear the call, I'll rise to live beyond the grave. I believe it. I believe it all. I believe it. I believe it all.
Hi friends, my name is Richard Hyssong, and you're watching Southern Style Praise. Today we have a fantastic program. We have Mr. Tony Gore in the studio, and he's going to be singing with us, and also we're going to be doing a quick interview, finding out what's going on with him, as well as his singing ministry, as well as a restaurant. So right now, let's get back to Tony as he sings another great song.
Early in the city of Jerusalem, roses were covered with dew. His friends had all come together, feeling afraid and confused. The past 3 days filled with sorrow, hours when often they cried. The last time they'd gathered together was at a tomb with the Lord sealed inside. They spoke of the joy and the pleasure, the treasures He'd brought to their soul. They spoke of the healings and the miracles. It now seems such a long time ago. They remembered the last time they'd saw him. He was lying in a cold, dark tomb. But meanwhile in the garden at sunrise, victory had shattered the gloom. Meanwhile in the garden, the tomb that he lay in was empty at the first light of day. And the only reminder of his presence were the grave clothes left where he lay. Meanwhile in the garden, two angels were waiting for Mary to tell her the news. But the only one left crying today is Satan, defeated and bruised. Yes, the only one left crying today is Satan, defeated and bruised. Meanwhile in the garden at sunrise, victory had shattered the gloom. Victory had shattered the gloom. As the sun rose that morning, the day of Job's trial, he rose up to serve God as any other day. He was bound and determined to live in God's favor. Nothing would stand in his way. But then the messengers came one by one with their stories. In just a few moments, Job lost everything he had. Great wealth and riches, the health of his body, but even his children were dead. The Lord give, he take away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I served him before and I'll serve him today. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Then his wife came before him to voice her opinion. She said, Job, why don't you just end it and curse your God and die? But Job rose from the ashes. He looked toward the heavens. He brushed back the tears in his eye. And Job said, the Lord give, he taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I served him before and I'll serve him today. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And when trouble comes suddenly, blessed be the name. When storm winds blow violently, blessed be the name. When Satan comes oppressing me, blessed be the name. I'll still serve God faithfully, blessed be the name. The Lord give, he take away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I served him before and I'll serve him today. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I've served him before and I'll serve him today. Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Hi friends, it's great to be back with you today, and we just heard a song by my friend, Mr. Tony Gore. Tony, it is great to have you here on the Southern Style Praise TV program, and we've known you for a long time. Thank you so much for just being on the program today.
It's a joy to be here, Richard. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. You know, a lot of folks have known you for many, many years. Some are meeting you for the first time. You've had several #1 hit songs. You own a restaurant, which is delicious, by the way. But many people are asking, you know, how do you balance all of that? I mean, are you still singing quite a bit, or what are you doing
Well,
today?
it's not easy. I've been singing gospel music for over 30 years. I told somebody yesterday, they were in the restaurant, and they asked me that same question. How do you balance the ministry and the restaurant business as well? And it's hard because, you know, we go out and sing, and we go out and do over 100 dates a year.
Oh, wow.
And we do probably almost that there at the restaurant. I sing at the restaurant as well. And then we have a great restaurant business thanks to our loyal friends and customers.
Yeah.
And we've had the restaurant now 10 years.
Wow.
So we start our 10th year this month. So how about that?
Unbelievable. 10 years this
I
month
can't-
in Sevierville, Tennessee.
Yep, Sevierville, Tennessee,
Right in-
the hometown of Dolly Parton.
Wow, that's exciting. And you know, a lot of people ask this question because you started out singing with a quartet.
Yep.
Back in the day, and then the Wilburns picked you up as their piano player as well as a singer.
It was a family group from Carthage, Tennessee. Actually, before them, I was with the Southman Quartet. I was a quartet guy.
Right.
4 men singing quartet music, and the Wilburns heard me, and they were looking for a piano player, actually, and they hired me to play piano for them, and I went with them, and I was there about 6 years, and we had a lot of good songs along the way. God's Promised Land, Outside the Gate. God's Promised Land was their first #1 song, actually, and that was good years. And then I started my own group. I moved back home to Alabama, where I'm originally from, and I started my own group called Tony Gore and Majesty.
Yes, and they did pretty well in their day.
10 years we were together. And we had a lot of good years, a lot of good songs.
Absolutely, great songs.
Good memories, and we traveled to. We were the first group to ever go to the country of Ireland and sing, and we went Scotland, England. Our music was played all over the world, really, Africa, different places. It was cool.
Now, do you still ever get to see any of the Wilburns or any of the guys?
I
from
do.
Majesty?
We've done some Wilburn reunion dates recently within the last couple of years, and I talk to Elaine almost weekly.
Oh wow, how's she doing?
She's doing great. She's doing wonderful. She misses traveling and singing. She misses the people.
Yeah.
I don't know that she misses the traveling as much as she misses the people, but she loves folks, and I talk to her almost every week. And then Tony Gore and Majesty, we've been doing some reunion dates for the past couple of years, and the boys were just together. They were at the restaurant a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's great.
So that's fun. We do some Tony Gore and Majesty reunion dates, and it's a fun time.
Absolutely. Well, I know a lot of people were asking, do you ever still get to see them? And I know you do, and that's fantastic. You know, before we get to more questions, and I have a story I have to tell you. We did a trip. We did a New England and Canadian tour together, and I'm going to tell you a quick story about how Tony and I got in just a little bit of trouble. But before we do this, let's get back and let's have Tony sing another song right now.
Oh, my friend, can't you hear the Savior calling? He stands right there and knocks at your heart's door. In your pride, you say you'll wait until tomorrow. And once again, he's turned away like times before. And you say great one. You put Jesus off and keep your life of sin. Now here he stands at your heart's door, gently knocking. You turn him down and he may never call again. Hey, you know it's true, we've no promise of tomorrow, and today could be your last chance to pray. So come now while the Master's gently calling. Don't let your pride again turn him away. And you say you don't need this man called Jesus, and you say you can handle your own life. But if you really believe the words you are saying, then tell me, why are those teardrops in your eyes? But if you really believe the words you are saying, tell me, why are those teardrops in your eyes?
And that was another great song by Tony Gore. Again, thank you so much for tuning in and letting us be a part of your day. Tony, it's great to be here. I promised the folks that I would tell them a story. You know,
Oh, no stories.
it's not a great story, but we've done some trips together and some tours.
Yes.
Our family, Hyssongs, and you, and we'll talk about our experience of a lifetime trips in a second. But we did a Canadian tour a few years back, and
My first time to ever go to Canada, by the way.
it was. And on the way up to Canada, your bus broke down.
My bus, really broke down.
Yeah.
We blew some kind of line that was very important.
As you can tell, it's still, you know, a difficult
I'm not sure
thing.
what it was.
I don't know what it was. I think they were just making it up. They just kind of put pipes and hoses. Anyways, so you called and said, can I just jump on your bus and travel with you through New Brunswick, Canada?
I don't think I even asked.
No, I think
I just brought my suitcases and moved in.
he just kind of showed up and knocked on the door and said, hey, I'm
Yeah.
here. And we kind of felt bad. You
That's
just
what
don't leave.
friends are for. You just move in. Okay.
That's what it is. So anyway, so he came in the bus. So we're traveling through New Brunswick, Canada. Had a wonderful time, by the way. And all of a sudden, this was like the end of May. And so, you know, in most parts of the country, it's getting nice springtime. Not in where we were in New Brunswick, Canada.
No.
They had snowbanks up to here, literally 5-foot snowbanks. So you told my dad, hey, pull over. So we pulled over, and we wanted to get pictures of these snowbanks. Well, we pulled over in like a development that we didn't think anybody lived there anymore. It was kind of abandoned looking.
We didn't think.
We didn't think. So there we are. We jump off the motor coach, and we're taking pictures all throughout the backyards of all these snow drifts and everything. Come to find out, people actually did live there.
Oops.
Yeah, and so they were looking at us through the windows. So needless to say, we jumped back pretty quick on the motor coach, and we were concerned they were going to call the cops on us, but we got out of there pretty quick. So anyways, Tony, a lot of people ask, especially newer groups, how they get into this ministry, or music ministry. When did you know that the Lord was calling you into the music ministry field?
You know, I fell in love with gospel music when I was a little boy. There was a radio station in my hometown that played gospel music, and the name of his radio program, get this, he was the milkman in our hometown, and he didn't have any hair.
Right.
So the name of his radio program was the Bald-Headed Milkman Show. I told you I lived in Alabama. What do you expect? But
Sorry to the Alabamans watching.
we had, I fell in love with that music and that rhythm and that sound. And needless to say, the message of gospel music, I fell in love with it when I was a young boy, and I wanted to sing. It made me want to sing. So I started singing when I was just a teenager, and I remember my grandfather took me to Kmart. That back in those days, there was no Walmarts. We went to Kmart, and there was a record rack there that had the Inspirations Quartet.
Oh, yeah.
They had on those white suits, and it was
Yeah.
a dark black cover. It was live in Warner Robins, Georgia. And man, they were singing all those good songs, When I Wake Up to Sleep No More and Shouting Time in Heaven. And Archie Watkins was reared back, looked like his head was going to touch the floor. And I loved singing along with those records. And that's how I learned, was following those old guys that sung those great songs and made me want to sing.
And now there's a whole new crop of guys coming up singing gospel music because they watched
How cool is
Tony
that?
Gore and Tony Gore Majesty. Well, Tony, it has been great to have you on the program. We've laughed, we've listened to some great music. You have the singing ministry, also the restaurant. Tell them, you have a motto at your restaurant, and you have to tell the folks this.
I have a motto at our restaurant. It is never trust a skinny cook.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I brought you something.
You did?
Today.
You brought me something.
I brought you.
This is
This is one of our hats.
a hat, yes.
Tony Gore Smoky Mountain Barbecue and Grill. And I brought you. These are our aprons.
Does this fit pretty well? Is this pretty good?
These
Yeah.
are our aprons at the
Right,
restaurant,
right.
and
Can you
they
see that?
say, "Never trust a skinny cook." Right here on the apron, and they're adjustable. Look.
So that works great.
Well, when you're cooking, there's different parts. You need to cover at
You
different
covered
times.
different times, yeah.
So, there
Never
you go.
trusted the coach. Well, thank you so much for your. I love the flames.
My thoughtfulness.
Your thoughtfulness, yeah. If you ever want to be on the program, you just bring me a hat and you're on. But Tony, again, it's great to have you, and we look forward to being with you again. And
Hey, let's tell them about our trip.
Oh yeah, our trips. Tell them about the trips.
Experience of a Lifetime tours. We do Christian tours all over the country. We have 2 going out in 2016. Our first one is in the spring.
Yes.
And we're going to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Amish country.
Oh, we love Amish country. Love the food there. Oh, we have concerts, all kinds of things going on.
Yeah, we got buses going from Sevierville, Tennessee. We have buses coming from Maine. We have buses coming from Kentucky.
Right.
So no matter where you're watching from, you can get a brochure and catch a bus anywhere along the way. And then in the fall, September, we're going to go back to New England.
Yes.
Autumn in New England. And it is a beautiful time to visit New England, see all the leaves changing color. And that rocky coastline is breathtaking. We would love for you to come and be a part of our Christian tours. Experienceofalifetimetours.com.
It is.
And you can check it out on Facebook as well.
It's great trips. Well, thank you again, Mr. Tony, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And we will see you next time.
Great.
Journey to that city four square, and by faith in the love of God I surely will enter there. With some glad tomorrow, with the saints I'll stand. I'll put on a crown and walk around all over God's promised land. Oh, glory, what a wonderful day. I'll join the song of the blood-washed throne of the angels roll away. When I get to heaven, on that beautiful strand, I'll put on a crown and walk around all over God's promised land. There will be no dying, no more trouble, no strife. We will live through the ages by the beautiful tree of life. And when I join that chorus, heaven's happy band, I'll put on a crown and walk around all over that promised land. Oh,
Thank you so much for tuning in to Southern Style Praise. Again, my name is Richard Hyssong, and I'll be back next week playing some great Southern gospel music, having some fantastic interviews with some great groups. Until next week, tell someone about Jesus Christ because He's coming back very, very soon. God bless, and see you all next week.
I'll join the song of the blood-washed scroll of the ages roll away.
When I get to heaven, on that beautiful strand, I'll put on a crown and walk around all over God's promised land. Oh, glory,
What a wonderful day. I'll join the song of the blood-washed scroll of the ages roll away.
when I get to heaven, on that beautiful strand, I'll put on a crown and walk around all over God's promised land.
Gonna put on a crown and walk around all over God's promised land.
Don't you just love that gospel music? Don't you just love that southern sound? Can't you just feel His holy presence when there's southern gospel music all around? Don't you just love that gospel music? Don't you just love that southern sound? Can't you just feel His holy presence when there's southern gospel music